So on the GBPCAD, what do we have here? Moving to a much higher time frame in the form of the daily time frame, what we see here on the daily time frame is definitely obvious. We've been bearish since February of this year, and this can be seen with the visual representation of a trend line moving from what has been happening since February to what we have at this moment. And we also have a temporary trend line, which is identified on the chart as the dotted red line, as you can see at this point. So simply, we really don't have more details or more information on the daily time frame other than the fact that we are definitely bearish on this pair. So scaling down to a much lower time frame, let's say the 4 hours time frame, this is where we start having a clue into the perspective of the market. And we see what participant has been doing since April. We can see that we are still going to be bearish on this one as you continue to see lower lows and lower highs. You see a lower low here, we have a lower high and another lower low. Then price appears to be at a lower high again as we've been on this level at one point in time, and that was in the early part of this month of May. So now price is right back at the same level right now. And at this point, we want to be selling this pair. So the first thing I looked out for was a key level to work around with, which we can find at this point. With the key level identified at 1.60850, as you can see, we had a structure around this area where price was at one point a support level and at the same time a resistant level. And at this point here, we saw it being a resistant level before the breakdown happened. Now we have a rejection of this area earlier this month as we saw sellers pushing price to the downside strongly from that level. Now we are at that same level again, and from this point, I'm thinking a key level will be solid at this point. So that's why we identify this key level at 1.60850. So what does this key level means at this point? This key level means that this shall be our guide going into the new days ahead of us, and it's going to be our any break above will definitely be a buy. Will probably negate the sell opportunity, and anywhere below this level is very very comfortable for us to take advantage of this of a bearish position. So when we scale down to a lower time frame, like on the 1 hour time frame, we begin to see things very clearly. As we saw, as soon as price tested this key level, we saw bearish engulfing candle that gripped the market, and we saw a quick rejection of that area, and we saw price going to the downside. So what I have here is I have a position running already on this one. I had an entry at this point 1.60443, and it's still very possible that we might still have price go back to that area one more time before we see the trend to the downside. So I also have a pending order right at 1.60323, which is right below the structure. And I also have another one right here, which is also below the structure. So what I'm going to be looking out for is a 3 position trade on this one with the stop loss right above key level, which is around 50 pips thereabout. So with a take profit target of around 200 pips, I'm looking to take profit at 1.58400 with a tendency to close trade if we see rejection at this area. As we can see, when we look left, we have structures lining up around that area that might send price to the upside one more time. So, however, if we have a breakdown of that key level of this level here, a retest, then we might be adding position for a downtrend continuation in the future. So with this being said, I would like to pause the video at this point, and I will ensure at every point in time I try as much as possible to give an update in this regard in the comment section on my TradingView account. So thank you for watching and do have a wonderful day.